Here are your spoilers for Beyond the Gates on Tuesday, December 9th, 2025. In Tuesday's episode, Anita reluctantly shows Bill some grace. After all Bill did for the family during the Chelsea kidnapping storyline, you'd think that both Vernon and Anita could put the past in the past, especially seeing as Danny has. But still the hate rolls on, but for today at least, Anita will dial it back a little. In Tuesday's episode, Hayley worries her husband's blood work could reveal her deadly scheme. Bill's full hospital checkup could expose Hayley's scheme. Hayley definitely has cause for concern. She has been putting the fatal toxin in just about every cup of herbal tea within 4 miles of Bill. Randy told her that the toxin is tasteless and trace, and we are going to find out if he was telling the truth or sold her a lemon. 'Tis the season to be jolly. No one told these residents of Fairmont Crest. In Tuesday's episode, Chelsea and Kat discuss their rocky romantic relationships while Joey and Vanessa clash over theirs. Madison cannot fathom how Chelsea thinks she's in the right on their disagreement, but we at home can. It's because she's a Dupree woman. Kat and Tomas seem to be hitting their stride, although Tomas's announcement didn't quite land as far as Kat's expectations. And as for Joey and Vanessa, this looks like proper trouble brewing. Vernon isn't being as stealthy as he thinks he is. He's been spotted by Leslie coming out of Sharon's hotel room, and Tracy was getting suspicious at Winterfest, not to mention all the risks taken having meetings at favorite hangouts like Uptown. In Tuesday's episode, Vernon's secretive phone call leaves him smiling. The affair of the year, or does anyone care? Vernon is definitely up to something. That much is clear, but we will have to wait to find out just what this man has planned. Hey babes! Welcome back to Gossip Delight. It's your girl Daisy, and trust me, today's tea is scorching, steamy, and absolutely unmissable. Buckle up because we're diving straight into the drama. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Monday, December 8th. Note that Winterfest fun will roll on, as Greg Vaughn debuts his new character. Plus, there's a special guest appearance. Vaughn will play Dr. Kial Rollins, an orthopedic surgeon, and Nicole Dupree's blind date for the gala. So it sounds like he'll also be the recent divorcee's new love interest in the soap. Will these two have chemistry? It looks like that's the case, as per the preview pictures for the week of December 8-12. In addition, R&B singer and reality TV star Kiki Wyatt will belt out a special number as a guest star during the December 8th episode of Winterfest, so fans will have to tune in to see the moving number she performs. Over to Leslie Thomas and her drama now. According to Beyond the Gates spoilers for Monday's show, she'll tell Marcel Malone about a scandal that's set to hit Fairmont Crest. Is this about Vernon Dupree's secret meetings with Sharon Winger? Scenes between Vernon and Sharon imply they are having an affair, but this seems way out of character for either of the two, so what are they hiding from Anita Dupree? It has to be a heartwarming surprise for the Dupree matriarch, so Leslie may regret spreading any speculation when the truth comes out. Meanwhile, Beyond the Gates, spoilers for Monday, December 8th, hint that Vanessa McBride and Joey Armstrong will have some conflict. Vanessa will be displeased with the casino owner's lack of support. This may sting Vanessa, considering how she's defended him, Mace, and their relationship to multiple people, mainly Nicole and her sister Danny Dupree. Will Joey pull up his socks in this romance? Finally, while Vanessa will be disgusted with Joey, Catherine Kat Richardson will have a reason to thank him. It sounds like he'll offer Kat some unexpected help. So what is this about? Will Kat be indebted to the casino owner like her brother is, when all is said and done? Beyond the Gates spoilers suggest that Monday, December 8th, will bring plenty of fun, surprises, and drama, making it an episode fans won't want to miss. Rocky romances take center stage as couples across Fairmont Crest struggle to find solid ground, and one dangerous secret threatens to blow everything apart. The Tuesday, December 9th spoilers for Beyond the Gates focus on rocky romantic relationships, specifically the struggles in Chelsea and Kat's relationships. But that's not all. Joey and Vanessa clash. Even Vernon and Anita are experiencing a bump in the road, although Anita doesn't yet realize it. And then there is the mother of all rocky relationships, Bill and Hayley. Mrs. Hamilton starts fretting that her Black Widow scheme is on the verge of being revealed. On Tuesday, it's time for cousins Chelsea and Kat to commiserate as they discuss their rocky romantic relationships. Chelsea and Madison are not doing well because of Chelsea's need to do something about her girlfriend and her strained relationship with her mom. Chelsea doesn't understand why Madison can't get along with her mother. It's somewhat odd how she can't grasp the fact that Madison and her mom's vibes and views are complete opposites, and that Madison is made to feel less than because of her mom's opinions. Madison wants a supporter, not a meddler, and she's made that known to Chelsea. Meanwhile, the last thing Tomas did was ask Kat to move in with him. Their journey to this point has been bumpy as hell. He slept with Eva, for heaven's sakes. He has taken Eva's side numerous times, and only now is he seeing things from Kat's perspective regarding her relationship with her half-sister. Their sex life hasn't been what you'd call smooth or in sync, but are they even ready for this step? Is this what Kat discusses with Chelsea? Meanwhile, Joey and Vanessa aren't in a great place. They butted heads when Vanessa wanted to take Joey to Winterfest, and he surprisingly didn't think it was a good idea. Look for Joey and Vanessa to continue to clash over their relationship. Elsewhere, the weekly spoilers reveal something about Vernon's secretive call, which leaves him smiling. Before Winterfest, Sharon looked like she was majorly crushing on Vernon. Therefore, the call must be between Vernon and Sharon. But we're not convinced that it's anything salacious or scandalous, and that we will see what's really going on between them by Christmas. Vernon and Anita may experience a tiny bit of turbulence over this, but it will be temporary. That's the story we're sticking to. Finally, the rockiest relationship that gets a focus on Tuesday is Bill and Hayley's. First, Anita reluctantly shows Bill some grace. Anita knows how much Bill hurt her daughter, but she also knows that he has been the family's fixer. He was also set to help out at Winterfest. Maybe Anita feels that it's time she put her animosity for the man behind her. If this is the case, then Bill had better hold on to this because he's going to need the Duprees sooner rather than later. After all, Hayley is trying to poison her husband. But something must happen. Hayley suddenly worries her husband's blood work could reveal her deadly scheme. Why is she worrying already? Does Bill's collapse, as seen in BTG's weekly video preview, happen? Hayley had better pray to the Black Widow gods that his blood work results don't ruin things for her. Beyond the Gates, spoilers for the week of December 8-12, reveal Greg Vaughn debuts on the soap, while another new character will enter the canvas. Plus, Laura Peterson will corner Eva Thomas. The week of December 8th promises some explosive must-see episodes, so time to talk about what fans should expect. First off, the Winterfest event will continue, and BTG viewers need to brace for some fun and drama. Kiki Wyatt, singer, songwriter, and television personality, will give a special performance at the gala that will have Fairmont Crest swooning. In addition, Greg Vaughn debuts his Dr. Kial Rollins character during the December 8th episode, as the good doctor is Nicole Dupree's blind date for the holiday party. Beyond the Gates, spoilers note that Kial is the orthopedic surgeon who Shanice Johnson set Nicole up last week. Kial will do something that catches Nicole off guard during the Winterfest date. So will these two share some sparks, or even a kiss? As the week progresses, Nicole will fight off temptation. So is this about Kial or Ted Richardson? Speaking of Ted, the two will bond even more during the week of December 8-12 over some food. So it'll be interesting to see where this storyline goes. Across town, Hayley Hamilton will have some concern. For one reason or another, she'll fear her plan to off Bill Hamilton will be exposed. Bill will collapse at some point this week in his office, and the BTG preview only shows him and Hayley in the room, as his wife completely panics. Hayley seems genuinely worried. However, she brought this on, as she's been strategically poisoning him, so why is she acting upset if no one is around? During the Friday, December 12th episode, Hayley will be stunned when she meets one of Bill's new clients. Actress Dominique Madison will debut as new character, Lynette Wise, on Friday. So do Lynette and Hayley have a past together? Does Lynette know about Hayley's gold-digging ways? With that said, Bill will get a little love from Anita Dupree before he collapses. So why is his former mother-in-law showing him any appreciation? Meanwhile, Vernon Dupree has another mysterious phone call that will leave him happy with things. Is this call coming from Sharon Winter? Speaking of Vernon, Leslie Thomas will give Detective Marcel Malone a heads up about a scandal that'll hit very soon. Will she spill the tea about Vernon and Sharon's secret meetings? Leslie spied the two at Sharon's hotel room weeks back, so she may tell Marcel about it. As the week of December 8-12 progresses, someone will try to warn Leslie, but will she listen? In addition, Laura will call out Eva. Is this about Leslie running her off the road? Laura may remind Eva that her trauma is real and was caused by Leslie. She may also make Eva feel guilty for covering for her mom. Laura went through a lot to recover from the accident to get her life back on track, and Leslie not only tried to unalive Nicole's assistant once, but twice. To add insult to injury, Leslie continues to intimidate the young lady. So how will Eva respond to Laura? She certainly cannot defend her mother's actions. Or will she? Elsewhere, beyond the gates, spoilers tease that Jacob Hawthorne and Naomi Hawthorne will enjoy a romantic evening, so it sounds like fans don't need to worry about these two breaking up anytime soon. Still, another couple in Fairmont Crest will experience some issues, as things will get rocky between Vanessa McBride and Joey Armstrong. The blonde will be disappointed in the casino owner for his lack of support. As the week of December 8-12 progresses, Vanessa and Joey continue to feel tension in their romance. Still, Vanessa may fluff off her relationship woes, as by the time December 12th hits, she'll get a new business proposition. Of course, a cryptic BTG teaser this week wonders if a broken connection can be repaired for one couple, but which couple is this spoiler referring to? Vanessa and Joey? Ted and Nicole? There's always a possibility that Ashley Morgan and Derek Baldwin will reunite, as the twosome will come to some sort of agreement in the days ahead. Even though Vanessa will be displeased with Joey, someone will show the man some appreciation, and that's Catherine "Cat" Richardson. Joey will do something unexpected for Cat that has her thanking him, so fans will have to tune in and see what he does. In other Cat news, she and her brother, Martin Richardson, might finally make amends, so here's hoping they can put their differences aside, as the holidays are nearing. Finally, beyond the gates, spoilers for December 8-12 hint that someone will grill Cat and throw some very tough questions her way. Who will this be? Lastly, Cat's boyfriend, Tomas Navarro, gets words of wisdom from an unexpected source. Beyond the gates, spoilers tease that the next 5 days will bring some intense moments, a sprinkle of romance, and a lot of drama, so it'll be a week viewers won't want to miss. Winterfest lights up Fairmont Crest, but behind the glamour come big shocks, emotional fallout, and a twist that leaves Hayley shaken to her core. Next week on Beyond the Gates, the action and the drama escalate with Winterfest here, and much of the cast gathered together for the holiday gala. Raising money for charity isn't the shindig's only goal. Prepare to meet Nicole's mystery date. Shanice set her up with a doctor, and we now know who that doctor is. The week of December 8-12 will also feature trouble for Vanessa and Joey. Martin actually steps up and attempts to make amends with Kat, as well he should. Eva gets an earful from Laura, and Shanice offers Ted some food and friendship. Meanwhile, the Bill and Hayley Black Widow story goes into overdrive when Bill collapses. This is what Hayley wanted, so why does his collapse grip her with fear? Additionally, she is shocked by a new arrival at the firm. Are we about to meet someone from her past? Could it be one of her former dupes? Monday, December 8th, episode number 185. Special guest star Kiki Wyatt sings at Winterfest. Nicole's date takes her by surprise. Vanessa's troubled by Joey's lack of support, while Kat thanks him for his unexpected help. Leslie tells Marcel there's a looming scandal that could rock Fairmont Crest. Tuesday, December 9th, episode number 186. Anita reluctantly shows Bill some grace. Hayley worries her husband's blood work could reveal her deadly scheme. Chelsea and Kat discuss their rocky romantic relationships, while Joey and Vanessa clash over theirs. Vernon's secretive phone call leaves him smiling. Wednesday, December 10th, episode number 187, Bill's sudden collapse grips Hayley with fear. An impromptu massage leaves Nicole more tempted than she expected. Danny serves as a much-needed sounding board for her niece. Ashley and Derek reach an agreement. Thursday, December 11th, episode number 108. Martin tries to make amends with his sister. Leslie receives a warning where Marcel's intentions are concerned. Naomi and Jacob try their best to navigate a new normal. Eva gets an earful from Laura. Tomas gets advice from an unlikely source. Friday, December 12th, episode number 189. Hayley is shocked by the arrival of a new client at the firm. The Hawthorns struggle to repair a broken connection. Vanessa receives an intriguing business proposition. Shanice offers Ted some food and friendship. Kat has to answer some tough questions. Beyond the Gates spoilers hint at some bombshells during the week of December 8-12, plus a flurry of casting activity. Who's coming and who's going on the CBS soap over the next 5 days? Read more below. Beyond the Gates spoilers note that Greg Vaughn will make his much-anticipated debut during the Monday, December 8th episode. He'll play the new love interest for Nicole Dupree as he enters the role of Dr. Kial Rollins. The two will share a blind date at Winterfest, and Nicole will be caught off guard by something. Will it be the butterflies she feels for the handsome newcomer? Only time will tell. Speaking of Winterfest, BTG viewers can expect to see singer and television personality Kiki Wyatt perform at the big event as a special guest on the soap during the December 8th show. In addition, Anita Dupree's Articulate Sisters will also appear during the week of December 8 to 12. Tracy Tyler, played by Maria Howell, and Sharon Winger, played by Benita Brisker, were seen during the week of December 5th and will continue their run next week. Audiences have seen a lot of Sharon, as she's been having secret meetings with Vernon Dupree for weeks now, so it'll be interesting if the nature of their get-togethers is finally revealed. Meanwhile, actress Dominique Madison will debut during the Friday, December 12th episode as a new character, Lynette Wise. Beyond the Gates spoilers hint that Lynette has some sort of connection to Hayley Hamilton and will be brought into storylines as a new client of Bill Hamilton's. Depending on how the two know each other, could this encounter leave Hayley scrambling? Could Lynette be a past wife of a husband Hayley stole? Fans will have to tune in to find out. What character are you most excited about seeing during the week of December 8-12? Comment below. Watch your favorite CBS soap daily and check out CTS often for the best Beyond the Gates spoilers, news, and updates. Are y'all ready to go beyond the gates? Derek finally told Ashley what time it was, while Smitty went up against Joey and Vanessa was mad because the casino owner's heart wouldn't attach. Then, Danny and Bill went retro and Madison didn't want to go into the past as Ted and Shanice elevated more than their minds. And Tracy saw Vernon switching singing partners. Let's fill up those 2 scoops and find out what happened inside and outside the gates of Fairmont Crest. Febreze Watch 1. Tide Watch 1. I don't know what bug crawled up Derek's butt last week, but I liked it. First, he nearly bit Andre's head off just for retrieving his dropped keys. Andre seemed ready to say something but thought better of it, and it sure started to look like Derek was going to brain Andre with his walker to extract the hidden words. However, the real recipient of the lava flowing from Mount Derek was Ashley, and y'all, she deserved it. It was strange that Derek thought Ashley knew what Andre didn't want to say, but she did know enough to fill in the elephant in the room blank. Yes, she had gone to Andre to see about finally getting the engine started on their implied romance, while her removed engagement ring from Derek was still giving off her body heat. Derek was mad. He deemed his ex incapable of honesty and clarity, and railed at her for making him second best. But oh, she said, Derek lied too. Well, yeah, he did. And Derek now seems to see how dumb he was for doing that. I mean, what a cuck he made himself, pushing for a wedding and withholding his burgeoning recovery for fear that Ashley would leave him for Andre otherwise. Looks like he had reason for that rationale, but at least he admitted as such to Ashley. It was awesome to finally see him be a man about things. Ashley did what she does, which was yelp. This time it was to Shanice. Was she really that awful? Was she supposed to start looking for another job? That was random, but yes, please. I need Gates to fulfill my fever dream of Ashley getting hired at Heart Attach and getting herself into hella trouble. Andre popped by, but when he ran out to be with Danny, Ashley's eyes welled over right there at the nurse's station. Oh, boo-hoo, bitch! LOL. Maybe Ashley can do a reset now. The last time she found herself going solo, she determined to take that time to grow, only to propose to Derek on the heels of finding out Andre was now Mr. Dupree. Ashley needs to develop as a character, and this is the perfect time to excise her from that Andre-Derek mess for good. In the meantime, Ashley is all alone, and I couldn't be happier. Derek also needs to take a breath, and hallelujah, that Jacob was there to tell his friend exactly that. This came on the heels of Jacob finding out that Derek nearly got some from hot-to-trot firehouse comrade Cheryl, who just happened to be sitting at a nearby uptown table with Derek's other buddies, Liam and Bryce. Didn't Derek just light up being around his friends? He was more interesting in that one scene than he was the whole time he was with Ashley. I look forward to Andre staying with Danny, Ashley getting into some non-romantic story, and Derek finding himself as he progresses in his victory over paralysis. The firefighter and the nurse looked good on paper, but after 9 months of them, viewers are pretty much over them. Time for reinvention. As for Andre, he actually took up the Derek mantle and started acting like him. But we'll get to that. We found out last week that Joey's middle initial is R. How did we come upon this nomenclative info? Smitty found a check that Joey sent in as a contribution to Martin's new campaign for re-election. The Smiths wasn't about it, and hightailed it to the Lakeview faster than you could say, buying a politician. Our intrepid reporter can be a bit of a wuss and/or wet blanket. So seeing Smitty getting right up in Joey's face was FIA. Gates has a way of throwing lots of details at us. Some go into the deep freeze while others are explored more regularly. Martin owing Joey a favor because the unscrupulous businessman helped the Duprees find Chelsea when Allison was holding her captive was something that could disappear into the background. But the show brought it back excellently with one simple check. "You think I'm dangerous," Joey commented, after Smitty told him to take his check and get paper cuts where the sun don't shine. "I know you are," Smitty replied, unmoved. Then Joey pulled a Sheila from B&B and leered, "You haven't got a clue." Ooh, the tension. And Smitty stood there unafraid. My. Do pass the smelling salts over here. I may faint. I didn't think Martin needed to run in there to make sure his husband wasn't getting whacked, but at least he held firm that he couldn't be bought. The congressman waved Joey off, but Armstrong cryptically noted, "We'll never be done." Smitty is right. Joey has them right where he wants them. It's rather genius for the show to tie Joey into Martin's campaign. So timely, too. That is, if Martin doesn't get himself primaried, or whatever happens with politicians. Former Senator Vernon heard Martin's wannabe stump speech and could barely hide his boredom. He found Martin's approach too textbook and thought his grandson could humanize his campaign by posting videos from his everyday life. Martin wasn't opposed, but he didn't want Samantha and Tyrell involved after Chelsea had been cyberstalked. Good touch. Over at Orphe Jeans, Tyrell was all moody and sassed both Samantha and June to the point Smitty practically threatened to take away his chess set. Tyrell later confided in Smitty that he was freaking about Jessica possibly going away to UCLA, and that she might reject him for being in love with her. Smitty relayed his and Martin's recent experiences with leaning into truth, and told the teen that was the way to go. As for Samantha, her pouty, grounded ass took an unexpected direction this week. Staying behind supposedly to help June, Sam grabbed the phone the first second she got and made a mystery call. Uh-oh, a lot of you thought. She's calling that skank Nathan, isn't she? Well, psyche, she actually phoned Eva, now that I hadn't foreseen. Kat or Chelsea, maybe. Nathan would have been too predictable, but not Eva. See, Samantha had an idea. She had heard from June that her lungs still weren't quite right after her bout with pneumonia. The girl wondered why June hadn't gotten medical checkups that could have prevented her from being stricken in the first place. Ah, grasshopper, the homeless don't get access to health care. Hell, even if you have a home and a job, you often can't get health care. So stupid. I'm an American living in Canada. Take a lesson down there, y'all. Anyway, Samantha got it into her head to have a free clinic built. Martin was into it, but felt that if he took it on in Congress, it would only get trussed up with red tape. That's where Eva came in. Samantha knew that Leslie had donated a boatload of money so that one of Ted's patients could get the care he needed. How would the nouveau riche baddie feel about taking the next step? Eva promised she'd ask her mom about it. Unfortunately for Samantha and Eva, Kat walked in right as they were discussing the possibility of the clinic providing birth control and misread the whole thing. She wouldn't have Eva's protestations, but after Eva left, Samantha explained about the clinic. And boy, didn't Kat feel stupid. Samantha had noticed how Kat had changed, and she hadn't been brought up to be mean. She wanted the old Kat back. Ah, out of the mouths of babes. I don't know how Vanessa is supposed to be such a great realtor, because last week she made one of the dumbest business moves I've ever seen. Realtor Barbie went around the country club and handed out heart-attached cards to its female members. Girl, what? Then she acted all surprised when some of them came back and flamed her for referring them to as disreputable a place as an escort service. The nerve! Vanessa doesn't seem to have a working nerve in her brain. Did she really think she could blanket Fairmont Crest with business cards and the reality of what heart attach is wouldn't come back to bite her? It's giving prostitution, Danny said when Vanessa tried to spin it as mining a target-rich environment. Van sputtered that she was more her than she had been in years and that she finally felt alive. No, she just got permission to go from being a private hoe to a public one. And as if the entitlement stopped there, Vanessa got all huffy when Joey split from her house before her FC neighbors could see his car. She didn't give a sud about those people, she said. Oh, in fact, she wanted Joey to take her to Winterfest. She thought she was being all careful by suggesting they arrive separately and run into each other. Chai. Joey was too smart for the justification and reminded Vanessa that all it would take was one person to catch on that they were up to their designer duds in money laundering and they would be singing choruses of Elvis's Jailhouse Rock. But Vanessa damn near stamped her foot like she needed to be sent to her room. Joey was ashamed of her, she pouted, and he shouldn't call her again until he decided she was important to him. Wow! Vanessa's gotten so deep into the Joey cult that she's making her own Kool-Aid. She ditched her kids to be with him. She's made pushing paid companions okay for herself, and she's not even listening to Joey's admonitions. Her trajectory is indeed consistent, but she's really becoming less and less likable by the day. Any of y'all think she knows Joey had Doug killed, but just doesn't care because freedom? There was an interesting scene on Tuesday where Bill admitted that he could have handled things better with Danny, and Vernon admitted he could have let himself be closer to Bill. But I'm not sure what the point of any of it was. And why is Bill still prattling on about the Duprees allowing Hayley acceptance at Fairmont Crest? Hayley is totally peripheral to Bill lately. Perhaps on some level he knows why. That why is Hayley, and she's really getting anxious to get her hands on that 10 mil. The poison wasn't working fast enough, she complained to Randy. Bill was having no symptoms. So that answers the questions of many of you who were wondering why Bill hasn't keeled over yet. No, Hayley wanted the industrial strength stuff, and she didn't want to hear Randy telling her to pace herself so Bill's death looked natural. Turns out, the reason for Hayley's rush job is Danny. It isn't that Hayley is actually jealous of Danny, as she's play-acted. It's that she saw Danny and Bill reconnected and wanted to off Bill while she was still Mrs. Hamilton. Then, Hayley saw Andre and sneered that his wife was probably with her husband as they spoke. Andre didn't care, he said. Andre better pay attention, Hayley said. Over at the country club, Bill did ended up doing hang time with Danny and their girls, who had just cooed, "Hi, Dad," to Andre in unison during Danny's video call. Classic. Bill was waiting for Hayley and didn't want to interrupt Danny's mother-daughter's time, but Danny wasn't not insistent. Bill did join his fam, and within minutes he and Danny were carrying on so that both Naomi and Chelsea told each other they felt like their parents were still together. The ex-Hamiltons told a story about how, in a hotel room with no power, Danny had nearly set the room on fire by toasting a marshmallow over a votive candle. And we saw this via recreated flashback with actors who, shall we say, didn't look at all like their originals. The show tried, I guess. It must be hard to cast doppelgangers. Danny certainly had our Danny's mannerisms down, I'll say that. Only thing was, the 90s Duprees were supposed to be coming from a wedding, So why were they dressed like they'd just raided the blue light special at Kmart? Petty rant over. Hayley showed up and started kissing on Bill in front of Danny, which was not unexpected. We know by now it's part of the character Hayley is playing. But Andre must have caught Derek disease from touching the firefighter's keys. What was up with the swag, confident Andre acting like Derek and sticking his tongue down Danny's throat in Bill's presence, telling Danny's ex that surely he had somewhere better to be? Quite the come down for Mr. Photographer. At least Danny assured Andre that he was the only one she wanted to be with. But that ain't gonna last long if he starts acting like a simp, as Tyrell would say. There's this weird thing going on with the show right now that major beats for characters are played off screen, which not only has us doing double takes when we suddenly skip from point A to point C, but cheats us out of the conflict and drama we should be allowed to see. I submit to you, Madison, who was pissed off with Chelsea for going along with the bizarro medical views of her mom, Willow. It was only natural for Madison to feel let down when Chelsea, to her mind, stood by Willow instead of her. Chelsea couldn't see why Madison and her mother couldn't get along. Great, but why were we being told about this? Wouldn't their spat have landed better if we had gotten a scene with Willow and the girlfriends to see for ourselves? Miss Matriarch. Anita felt that Chelsea had whiffed it on this one, which had left Madison feeling disrespected. Anita then shared a tale from her first Christmas with Vernon's family, where she'd wanted to embrace his Aunt Melba, only to pull back when she saw how Vernon and the others were giving Melba a wide berth. Hey! Is Melba a reference to 1972's The Melba Moore Clifton Davis Show? Much love to Facebook's gatekeepers for altering me to that one.